Hi there. I just wanted to give you a few more tips on using erasers for your pencil drawing. You can also use them for charcoal and sometimes pastel as well. I've got a few options for erasers, and I have to say I use just about all of them in my studio. So yesterday I was talking about this little baby that's a combination retractable pencil in this half and then filled with eraser in that half, and the ability to be able to wind that out as it gets used up. So that's one of my favorite tools, and I showed you that you could actually refill these, even though they excuse me, they don't actually tend to let you know that you can refill them, but you can sneakily do that. And so there's these other ones that you can use that are just 100% eraser. So this one I've actually ended up putting a little star sticker on the end of it so that I know when it's in my pencil pot, I know that that's an eraser and not a black pen. But this is called a Papermate eraser. So this one's just like a retractable pencil, except it's a retractable eraser. So you can push it back up in there. So I'll just switch the camera around, that might make it a bit easier. So this one is the one that I was just talking about, which is the Papermate eraser. Ignore the star on it. You don't get a star unless you put your own sticker on it. So it's just a retractable eraser that comes out, and you can push it back in just by opening it up and pushing. So that's those two. So what's really good about that is you can get replacement erasers. So that's my little packet of replacement erasers. These are all plastic erasers. You know, the plastic eraser is like these Staedtler ones. There's a brand new one there. So the Razoplast is the Staedtler brand of them. You can get in different brands. This one is called a Razoplast Combi. What I like about this one is it's got the plastic eraser on one end and the biro eraser on the other end, which is amazingly useful in the studio. I'll tell you about that another day. So I try and hunt down those. They're quite hard to find these days, the ones with the blue gritty ends. So we've already looked at those two and those ones. The other one is that you can get that's similar to this one. I think it comes in a blue. I couldn't find it when I had a look, but it's a Staedtler brand, and you can get packets of refills for that one as well. And then this one, these are quite fun because they come in different colours and they're quite affordable. They're really cheap to buy. These are retractable erasers. Actually, I probably wouldn't call them a retractable eraser. It's a click system rather than, you don't press on the top, you just click it down. As it gets used up, you click it down. Those ones I found I haven't been able to replace. They're so cheap, you just kind of buy a new one, but I would love it if you didn't have to throw away any plastic. But I might do some engineering another day and see if I can work out how to refill this one. I vaguely remember doing it one year and failed. So these ones come in all sorts of different colours. You can pick your own colour, your favourite colour. And then the kneadable eraser is a great one. So this is what it looks like when it's been used up. It's sort of this gooey putty stuff. It's not blue tack. You have to be careful you don't mix up this with blue tack in your studio. This is a very useful eraser for all sorts of different reasons. I'll show you that another day as well. I like to keep it in a little plastic tub, preferably with a lid on it. That's what it looks like new. It comes in a little tablet like that. They're not cheap, but they sure go a long way, and they're so useful in the studio. And one of my favourite erasers when I'm doing really fine pencil work is this little baby. It's a brand new friend that I've found. It's called by Tombow, and it's called the Mono Zero. It comes in two forms. There's a completely black one, and then there's this kind of racy 3-colour stripe one. Instead of having more black pens in my pencil box that I can't work out what they are, like this one, it's sort of looks a bit like a black pen, so that's why I had to put the star on it. But instead of having another one that's black like this one, I decided to choose the stripy one so that I could really see it in my kit. I knew exactly which one was my little fine eraser. So I'll just compare these two. All of these other ones that I've been showing you have got quite a wide diameter on the eraser. You can see it against my finger there. But this one is a beautiful little one that comes out really fine. It's tiny. It's one of my favourite erasers these days. You can see how tiny the nib is on it. So that means you can erase really tiny fine lines when you're doing some really detailed pencil work in your journal. So that's a lovely eraser, that Tombow Mono Zero, made in Japan. It's a beautiful thing and it costs a mozza, but it's a useful thing to have, and you can get packets of refills for that one as well. So I've got a packet of refills in my kit too. So there's a whole pile of options for erasers, and as I said at the beginning, I use all of them at different times for different reasons. So I've actually got a jar of erasers, different sorts of erasers in a jar that I keep in my studio. So there's some more tips for your drawing, and if you'd like to see any more tips for drawing or learning to paint, then go to the dojo at zenartart.com, which is based on the Zen and the Art of Art book, and there's lots more tips to be had there. So if you don't mind liking, commenting or sharing down below, that will help other people to see this video as well, and visit the dojo for more free tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.